Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
I always make people feel uncomfortable when I come up to them. I can tell, Jason. I can tell.
Jason's just an uncomfortable person in general.
No. This isn't the first one I've met Justin.
Okay, Justin. Alright, that's once is enough.
Yeah.
Put that on there.
You do? No.
Thanks or not.
Mm.
Yeah, they may do one for this.
This is used as a tool for quick.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, but I just know because we're talking.
Mm.
I'm letting my web producer know that the signals are
Mm-hmm.
off the stream.
Mm-hmm.
The perception. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just call me.
Yeah.
So I think they've been going back and forth on extension at some point.
I tell these guys all the time. I was a TV reporter in 2003 or 2006. We didn't have social media. We didn't have phone.
I don't think they'll have new ones.
Yeah,
I don't think
exactly.
People who matter are very happy.
Yeah, take this one forward.
Yeah, and she's the one.
Yeah, I mean, it got easy now.
But if we had more than, one reporter in our newsroom, we'd probably be pursuing that.
You got okay, Jason?
I have to take days
Jason,
off.
is that all right?
What's up?
Is that all right with the light?
For Thursday, Friday, I can't work.
Because you have to take a day off.
No pay.
Shut up, good night.
Yep. At least they don't play Saturdays.
Is it confirmed now?
Oh no, the basketball team. and then tweeted at Dana.
So Colin, I'll talk to you after.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
Orders you if you want it. We'll go ahead and start this recording.
We're now joined by New Mexico State men's basketball head coach Corey Hire. Coach, you want to start us off with some opening comments?
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. First of all, a young man lost his life last weekend. We think it is important to make sure that we do not forget about that as we discuss this tragedy. We sympathize with the community, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family and friends of the young man who passed away. I felt sadness and disappointment upon learning about the situation that morning. Within our program, we preach about the importance of representing the institution, our community, and themselves the right way. Unfortunately, the decisions that Mike made last weekend resulted in consequences that he will have to live with the rest of his life. With that, Mike Peak is still part of our family. In this family, we care for each other. We love each other, and right now, he needs us more than ever. We do not currently have an update on his status, but right now the focus regarding Mike is on his recovery. At this time, I cannot speak about the events that took place that night as they are part of an ongoing police investigation. I also know that there was a 90-minute press conference last week, and not much has changed since then, so I can't add much more to the discussion. Regarding the discipline of any of the student athletes, I cannot disclose how many players have been disciplined, which players have been disciplined, or the nature of the discipline. I will say we found out we had multiple players out the rooms that night, and we're now confident each of our players fully understands what's expected of them going forward. Beyond that, I really can't speak on this topic. To close, we're glad we were able to get back to some normalcy this past weekend, and right now our main focus is on getting better and winning basketball games. At this time, I will only be answering questions related to basketball.
All right, so the folks that are present, if you guys want to ask questions, feel free to go ahead. And then those of you that are joining us via Zoom, I'll give you an opportunity to ask questions following the people that are here.
I know you said you can't talk much on Mike's condition, but is he still in hospital or is he out of hospital?
No comment.
Coach, how are you holding up? Tell us how you're doing through all of this. How are you feeling?
I'm trying my best. Yesterday was probably as sick as I've ever been, and it's been a rough week. And trying to do my best to lead the program in the right direction and stay positive. But it's definitely been a rough week.
What changes? I know obviously you guys played over the weekend in Vegas. You kind of alluded to it a little bit in your opening statement. What kind of changes have you made just in the last week or so to kind of prevent guys from breaking curfew? And just like I asked Mario this yesterday, but kind of just what things did you do in Vegas to kind of institute like just a little bit more like
We had around the clock surveillance on the floors, and we had no issues.
More broadly, have you changed just the way you operate your program? Like, has these events led to any Did you lay out any changes to Mario and administration following this incident, like, that you're gonna implement moving forward?
Yes, we did immediately.
You don't wanna lay those out, or?
I'm not going to comment on that.
I guess just, how has the team been, reacting to the events so far?
It's been tough. I thought they responded the right way when we went to play San Diego. I know they're trying every day to. We're keeping Mike in our hearts and our prayers, and we want to rally. Use it as a rallying tool to help our team grow, and that's kind of where we're at.
You said Mike is obviously with the team, not physically with the team, but like still on the team. I mean, do you anticipate that being the case for a while, or like do you think that'll change at some point?
I really don't. I'm really not going to comment on that at this point.
You guys have a big game on Wednesday, the Battle of I-10 against UTEP. How are you kind of making sure the team's able to focus on that game at hand rather than everything that's going on in the outside world right now?
Well, we can only worry about the things that we can control, and getting back to playing games is been a positive, and obviously we have a rematch of a team that beat us in a high level game just a couple weeks ago. So I know they're excited to play, and especially to play at home in front of our fans. It's been a little bit since we've played in front of our fans. I know they're excited to play in front of our fans, and we just got to focus on the game plan and be ready to play. It's a big game, and it's a must-win game for us.
Right or wrong, I think that your season, this will be a part of it. I think outside people will be curious of what's going on with it for the entire season. In your opinion, or what would you say to like people about maybe the rest of the team who maybe had nothing to do with what happened that night in terms of, this is, as you said, it's not a reflection of the entire team. What would you say to people who maybe think it is a reflection of the entire team?
Well, I would say that, in life, when you're part of a family and somebody in the family makes a mistake, sometimes everybody in the family is looked upon because of their mistake, and we had a lot of guys that did do the right things, and we're all suffering because of the mistake that was made, and that's life.
I guess, how do you move forward from this?
Well, we move forward by taking it one day at a time, and taking it one game at a time, taking it one play at a time, and and communicating with these guys about what our culture is about. It's about doing the right things, acting the right way, playing the right way, and we got to keep talking to them about that because they are 18 to 23-year-old young men, and so you got to continue to preach about the culture and what our culture is about, and that's what we're going to do. Just one day at a time, one play, and one game, and just build on that.
You mentioned the fans before. Is there anything you want to say to them, the loyal supporters who might be right now questioning whether they want to come and support this team?
Yeah, we love it. We love Aggie Nation, and our fans have been unbelievable since the day that we've arrived here. And I'm apologetic about what happened. I take full responsibility for what happened, and we're going to continue to get better as a basketball team and put a great product on the court and off the court, and just I take full responsibility for what happened, and that's, I can't say anything more than that.
Yeah. No, did you want to go to Zoom first? Or?
No, go ahead.
I mean, just in terms of the UTEP game, but obviously playing them, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, just how different have they looked, and how different do you feel like you guys can potentially play against them, at home on tomorrow?
Yeah, they're a gritty, grimy, tough defensive team. They challenge every pass. They give you a lot of resistance on the defensive end every single possession. Nothing is easy. You got to be strong with the ball. You got to, you're going to get contact at the rim. You're going to have to finish through contact. They're an elite defensive team, and we have to take care of the ball. We have to rebound the ball at a high level, and we have to finish through contact and be tough with the ball. All things that we've been working on ever since the last time that we played UTEP. I think the last time we played UTEP, I learned a lot about our team. That was the first real resistance that we got, and I learned a lot about our team. And we just hopefully we can see the improvements we've made tomorrow night.
As far as replacing Pete on the court, you played in Vegas over a couple weekends. Can you talk about some of the guys? Is that going to be like your rotation at least, tomorrow and moving forward?
Yeah, we started Doc Bradley, and Chichi Avery played some there. I'm going to move Issa Muhammad to some 4 and play him with JB and Shaq and go a little bit bigger. That's kind of and we played 4 guards too, and that was probably our most effective lineup was Penson, Washington, Gordon, Roy, and either Muhammad, JB or Shaq. So with our style of play, and we can go big, we can go small there, but a lot of it's going to have to do with our opponent, to whether we play big or play small, and sometimes we'll make our opponent match up to us. That 4-guard lineup was really good out in Vegas, and it was a big plus for the weekend. So that's something that I know we can go to moving forward.
Last question I have, just last time you guys were at the Don Haskins Center, your team learned a lot about themselves. I guess obviously it's going to play an advantage playing here at home. I guess just how is the team going to approach defending the home court?
Well, I think last time we played at home, we played really well, and I know these guys love to play here in the Pan Am, and they love to practice in the Pan Am. It's when we have to practice in the practice gym because the floor is down, they're not as excited to practice. They love that arena, and so I expect them to come out with a ton of energy and a ton of passion, and I'm just excited to get back and play a home game in front of our home fans, and I think they're going to respond the right way.
Any more questions?
Coach, is there a Kim Aiken update?
I have no update on Kim Aiken.
Cool. I'll go ahead and toss it over to you guys on Zoom. If you have a question, please either comment or use the raise hand feature.
Greg, I'll jump in. It's Jeff from the Albuquerque Journal. I'm curious if you have met Sean Harrington. I know he's going to be in town for the game, but if you have any plans to have Sean Harrington talk to the team this week.
Yeah, I've met Sean. I've known Sean, and he's a great guy. And hopefully he's by at practice today, and he'll get I'd love for him to have an opportunity to speak to the team. He was here this summer when the TBT team was here, and he came to practice, and I spent a bunch of time with him, and what a wonderful, wonderful man, and would love for him to speak to our team.
Is obviously not as it relates specifically to the incidents, or as best you can address this without talking about that, I suppose. Have any players or parents or guardians come to you expressing their concern and the assurances that you may need to give them that what happened in Albuquerque last weekend, whatever extent that NMSU had control over whatever happened, have you had to give any assurances to parents or guardians or players concerned about what happened that night that it won't happen again?
We communicated with parents and guardians as soon as possible, and just communicate with them, let them know that their son was okay, and answered any questions. But it was all positive.
Any other questions from the Zoom portion?
Yes, hopefully you guys can hear me. This is Brianna here with KOAT. Thank you again so much for conducting this presser. Coach, I wanted to ask, will there be any changes to the athletic department, especially when it comes to those curfew issues?
Yeah, I mean, there already has been changes. I mean, we had curfew and we had the floors surveillance around the clock, so that's definitely a change. And but like I said, we had no issues in Vegas.
Any more questions? Great, thank you.
Recording stopped.
All right. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you.
School each other and playing the Japanese.
All right.
I didn't know where I got this from.
Maybe that's what you got.